Hello everyone and welcome back to another daily current affairs video by SSB Crack Exams. I am Chetan Apurav and I'll be taking you today's session for 13th of May 2020. So let's start guys, and talking about SSB Crack Exams. We are a one-stop solution for all the major defense-related examinations, for example CTS, NDA, AFCAT and others. For more details regarding the courses that we offer, you can visit our website learn.ssbcrackexams.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, from where you can get all the defense related videos as well as the daily current affairs videos. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well as SSB Crack Exams, and also download our app from Google Play Store Android app, that is SSB Crack Exams, for immediate notification and more convenient usage. Now moving ahead guys, we shall start our session with the question of the day, which was from the yesterday's session. So I asked you guys about what is the Environment Protection Act, and the answer for this was given by many in the comment section. The correct answer is C, Environment Protection Act, which came into existence in 1986. It is an act of Parliament of India, and it was taken in the wake of Bhopal gas tragedy. After the Bhopal gas tragedy happened, the Government of India enacted the Environment Protection Act of 1986 under Article 253. Remember this, under Article 253 of the Constitution. And this was passed in March 1986, but it came into existence after 19th November 1986. It has total of 26 sections and 4 chapters. The main purpose of this act was to implement the decisions of United Nations Conference on the Human Environments, right? They relate to protection and improvement of human environment. By they, I mean United Nations Conference on the Human Environment. This relate to the protection and improvement of human environment and the prevention of hazards to human beings, other living creatures, plants or property due to those hazards. It can be any hazard which is related to industrial sector, right? Now moving ahead guys, we shall start our session. The first news is about the Prime Minister's address to the nation, which was on May 12th 2020 at 8 p.m. in the evening. So there are a few key points that I'll be discussing in today's session. There will be a separate video which will be done by me covering all the details regarding this new address to him. You'll come to know that he has disclosed 20 lakh crore rupees of funding, or you can say support, towards the COVID-19 pandemic to boost the economy and all. So we'll be discussing and covering that all that in detail once there is a scheduled conference which will be held by our honorable finance minister as well. So all the details, when it comes out, we'll be making a separate video and we'll be covering all that. So as of now guys, he has termed a new term, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat, and he also emphasized that there are 5 major pillars of self-reliant India. Self-reliant is nothing but Atmanirbhar in Hindi. So there are 5 major pillars of self-reliant India for Indians to be self-reliant. To learn this Atmanirbharta, everyone should focus mostly on these 5 pillars. That is, first one will be economy. Quantum jumps in economy, but not incremental changes. Then we have infrastructure, the second pillar as infrastructure, one of the most important sector which will represent the modern India. All the modern innovation and technologies can be seen, and it can basically directly represent the modern India. The system which must be technologically driven, and it should also include a lot of new technologies and innovations as well. The demography of the entire country, which is the vibrant demography of the largest democracy we know. Every region of India has a different cultural background. So based on that, we can use it to our own advantage, economically also. Then again, demand, which is full utilization of power of demand and supply all across the country, which is also very important. Apart from that, he allocated a package of 20 lakh crore rupees, which is approximately about 10% of the entire GDP of India for a year. And this has been a package. This package has been introduced by Prime Minister, and this is including all the recent economic measures, that is the past packages after COVID-19. Plus, there are various RBI announcements as well for NBFC sectors and all that. Including all that, the total sum has been of 20 lakh crore rupees. Then what will be, how this fund will be used? So he has given a brief overview. Exact and precise data of how the fund will be diversified, that has not been disclosed as of now. which will be disclosed by Finance Minister. But as of now, he has briefly referred to as the main focus will be on laborers, middle class people, cottage industries, and MSMEs, that is micro, small, and medium enterprises, right? There are certain reforms that he referred to as that must be taken and they are need of the hour. First one is supply chain reforms for agricultural sector, which has been, which is in fact the most important sector as of now for any country to run, and especially India being such a large country and agricultural country. So agricultural sector must be given special focus and emphasis so that they are not exposed to any kind of virus. Then rational tax system, simple and clear laws, capable human resources, and strong financial systems. There are bold reforms that are needed in all these 5 sectors, which has been emphasized by the Prime Minister in his address to the nation, right? Okay guys, now moving on to the next news. So there was a conference, video conference by Department of Science and Technology on the occasion of National Technology Day 2020. You can say the conference was on the topic, or the theme was rebooting the economy through science and technology and research translations, which was in short termed as Restart. And it was organized by Department of Science and Technology. They have highlighted in the meeting, it was highlighted that the importance of transformation of manufacturing companies after the COVID-19 pandemic and collaborations, and that research should be brought closer to the industry in overcoming the present challenge. There are various sessions that was held in this particular entire video conference. So I'll be discussing that digital conference. I'll be discussing that one by one every session. So there was a session on medicine and medical technologies for better preparedness to face pandemics, right? So we all know this situation is a great opportunity for R&D, that is research and development sector of health and care sector, and that needs to be used for strengthening it, of course. In recent times, we have seen that some of the best medical advancements and innovations in the entire history, like drug discovery, various vaccines and diagnostic tools, and other medical devices like ventilators, cheap and affordable ventilators, and all of that has been developed, and special emphasis has been given to that. It was also noted that this corona pandemic has forced people to adopt new ways of primary care. There are various technologies such as appropriate face masks and best practices like social distancing need to be made a part of life. We all know that since the vaccine for COVID-19 has yet to be discovered, so the most affordable and the best way to keep yourself safe is by maintaining the social distancing norms, right? So there is special emphasis was given on that particular topic, and it was told that we will have to learn to live with this pandemic, right? Now, the next session was on advanced materials. The main focus was given to the research works related to advanced materials. So research needs to quickly switch from being capital intensive to knowledge intensive and should be brought closer to the industry. So basically, in recently also, Nitin Gadkari also told the industrial sector to invest and to focus more on startups or entrepreneurships, where new technologies and ideas must be entertained, and special focus will be should be given to that sector also, right? Which can of course enhance the productivity in various sectors in various ways. Novel materials or new materials such as smart materials, special purpose alloys, engineering polymers, blends, graphene and composites, etc. will be the key to revamping the industry's product lines in the near future, of course, because these are the material of the futures, right? So they have various different properties which can be found in just single material, right? So that can be very useful, and it must be used in such a way that overall productivity is increased, the efficiency of the final product is also increased. So industries have been told to give special emphasis on that. Next, the session was on advanced manufacturing technologies for sustainable future, right? So in this entire session, the main focus was given to 3D printing, which is additive manufacturing. Why 3D printing? Because 3D printing is a rapid prototyping method, right? And since it is a rapid prototyping method, so what happens in this, that this is one of the most cheapest method to develop anything. There is almost zero wastage of material, rapid you can say mass level of you can say production can also be done in some cases. it is very affordable, it is very cheap at times. So this can be this has a huge scope as of now among the lockdown, because it also does not require any labor, as we know that in industries we require a lot of labor work, a labor force, but for 3D printing we do not require that amount of or that number of labor force to work, right? So that can be used to in another way and to our own advantage, and that can be a very good boost to the current situation. Okay, so special emphasis on 3D printing was given. Apart from that, the next session was on Global Innovation and Technology Alliance for Global Economic Leadership, right? So virtual collaboration is the key to connect globally to fight against the common challenge of COVID-19. It was discussed, and since we all know that and it is evident that our Prime Minister in the recent time has have had meeting with many big leaders all across the country, be it the G20, be it the SAARC nation summits. So all of that has been done recently, and we all know and we all must understand this fact that each and every country can fight this COVID-19, which has impacted the entire world, only when all of them are together, right? So we all have to rise together. This was basically the motive behind this session and the conclusion of this session, right? Okay, so now moving ahead to our next news. Now, Tribal Affairs Minister holds video conference on tribal livelihoods and safety, right? So Shri Arjun Munda, who is our Tribal Affairs Minister, he held a video conferencing with states and UTs. The topic was tribal livelihoods and safeties. Many chief ministers, deputy CMs and state ministers for the same ministry also joined it. Around 20 states, all these officials were from around 20 states and union territories who attended the meeting. The main reviewing was done by the minister, Tribal Affairs Minister, was about the working of Prime Minister's Van Dhan Yojana in various states, and he checked the status of that. He said that value addition is required to connect tribal produce, or which comes under the minus forest produce mostly. So connect tribal produce to the global market, right? Which is a long-term vision of Prime Minister, obviously. So he also highlighted upon need to develop a market chain which will help the rural products of organic nature to reach the national and international markets as well, right? Now, some basic facts, let me tell you about that also. So as of now, a total procurement of worth of rupees 40 crore rupees of MFP, which is minor forest produce, has already been done by state agencies, and it has resulted in benefiting around additional rupees 300 crore to the tribal people. So clearly these money will directly help the livelihood and financial status of all those tribal people whose livelihood depend upon minor forest produce, right? As of now, around 1205 Vandhan canes have been set up across all the states, which will benefit 3.75 lakh beneficiaries through 18,075 self-help groups. Nearly 166 crore rupees have been sanctioned for setting up VDVKs, which is Van Dhan canes, right? Okay, so we shall end our session or the news with the recent COVID-19 update in India. So as of now, the total number of cases is 47,480, the total number of active cases. As of 13 May, 8 AM, I'm telling. The number of cured has risen also, that is, it has reached to 24,385. The number of deaths, unfortunately, has touched 2,400 mark, and it is 2,415 to be precise. Okay guys, so now it's quiz time, and the question for the today is, which of the following term was coined by PM in his address to the nation? Your options are Naya Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Vande Bharat. The correct answer is Atmanirbhar Bharat, about which he discussed in his recent address to the nation. The next question is, what was the theme for video conferencing meet which was held by, or the digital conference which was held by Department of Science and Technology on the occasion of National Technology Day 2020? Your options are Restart, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Vande Bharat. So Vande Bharat is a mission, right, which is for the evacuation of all the people stranded abroad. Atmanirbhar Bharat was the term coined by Prime Minister in his recent address to the nation. So correct answer is Restart. Now moving ahead, it's time for the question of the day, guys. So in today's session, you have to write about the basic factual details about Pradhan Mantri Van Dhan Yojana in the comment section. Write your answers in the comment section. The correct answer to this will be told in the next session. We'll be discussing the next session. Till then, guys, be safe, take care, and Jai Hind.